I was contacted by this gentleman, Tyrone. Tyrone works on the security team for Jake's at the Potter's house. And he had a couple of pictures. He had a picture of Jake's in a thong with a peach cobbler that he had made. Jake's had bought him a motorcycle, and he had a couple of pictures of Jake's in a very provocative manner, chest down on the motorcycle and tooted up in the thong. Yes, I have seen the photographs and possibly have them. He reached out. I wanted the story. I was gun ho. He's letting more and more of his guard down and going into more detail about what he was participating in. Now, he was an adult male. Tyrone was handsomely played and well taken care of. Some things had happened where he was not in the forefront with Jake's anymore. And he wanted to come forward because he was very much upset that this man that he had been sexually involved with was pretty much stepping away from him. And so he was trying to figure out a way to rework his footing and to get back in place, back in position, back in play with Jake's. There was a number of three-way conversations with him on the phone. At best, very bizarre to, hear a person like a Jake's talk sexually, talk about, things that they had done and that he had done to him, what he wanted to be done and to happen moving forward. Tyrone, based upon his photographs and his discussion, was extremely well endowed, was very pronounced and aggressive sexually. What he likes, what he liked, and the stamina or the length and the amount of time that one could go. Now, we were all out in LA at the NAACP Image Awards. Jake's was being honored that year. And then that's the same year that Jermaine, who was one of Sarita's twins that she had prior to marrying Thomas Dexter Jakes, he was at the park lurking at night in the dark, took his penis out and approached what he, unbeknown to him, was an off-duty officer. The night before the Image Awards, Jake's hauls ass back to Dallas to deal with the situation. However, prior to that, he threw Jermaine under the bus, and that's when we found out that Sarita had children prior to marrying or getting with Jakes. Also, some question that Sarita might have been or might have dealt in the realm of lesbianism, but she pursued Jakes. He did not go after her. She actively pursued him. This is Daryl Patrick. This is Daryl Patrick. Okay. Daryl, unfortunately, is deceased. He worked as a fashion stylist for Bishop Jakes. He wasn't totally a top. He was more so versatile. He handled wardrobe for Jakes. And see, there's always someone in the group that has their hands on the boys. So Daryl knew and had a stable of gay guys that he could connect and introduce Bishop Jakes to. Now, y'all know who this is. That's Keon Henderson, who is now married to Shawnee O'Neal, who also, we had the big debacle with Ernest Pugh. Daryl got into it, did and said some things that was inappropriate, upset Jakes. Jakes put him off of the private plane and left him stranded. Daryl starts texting and making threats. Jake's iPad is back in Dallas at home. So Rita sees the text. As it works, Daryl was fired and Bloomer gets involved, talks to Jakes and says, okay, we need to make this go away. They figure out a way that Jakes brings Daryl back, but also makes everybody comfortable. He does not go back on direct payroll. What he does is he leverages Jake's name and he creates a consortium of people like Keon Henderson, back in the day, Darwin Randolph, these, young pastors, mid-30s, early 40s. He creates a situation with them where they, it's sort of like Aaron's Army, where they sponsor and pay so much, and they go to Potter's house and they have these small sessions with Jakes. They give money